Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And she's a fangirl.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice they were GRRLS. Oh, for pity's sakes, yes.
Fangirl. So the SyFy Fangrrls are shutting down. We're going to talk about this because we've been talking about how fake geek media has been sort of imploding lately.
You're not allowed to say that because you're saying they're fake geek girls. You're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
What I want to know is how come it's okay to say geek like a girl and be fangirls and they have fanboys? But what if you're non-binary? I mean, how is this not problematic?
I don't know. You really need to think about that, don't you? So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants from a girl.
Yes, and it's a geek girl. His name is Geeky Flippin' Sparkles.
I can vouch for that. And we're almost 200. Well, we're hoping for 200,000 subs. We're over 150,000, and we're also going to have a Black Friday sale starting this week. So check this out. We got to pimp this up to 20% off. And including pins. Pins are off. And
oh crap, the limited edition one that they have left on sale.
Yeah, $7.79. Wow. Look at that. So go to shopclownfish.com for that. So yeah, we've been talking about this. The fake geeks. Using finger quotes here so we're not offending people. We don't want to offend them.
I really don't care at this point, to be honest. I mean, they don't care if they offend me, so.
But we're talking about how they are losing, for sure. Like a lot of these outlets, like Nerdist. Nerdist laid a whole bunch of people off because they're not doing very well. They can't YouTube. SyFy Wire, which runs the SyFy Fangrrls
He's like
videos.
Saying girls.
Girls.
I think if we're gonna be honest here, we all know that I put the grr in girls.
You do.
I mean, everybody knows that.
Yeah, she girls like a girl. So their video views are pathetic. This is SyFy. This is owned by Universal. This is NBC. And we're talking 39,000 views, 46,000 views, 52,000 views. A good day for them is breaking 50,000 views.
Right, but they're claiming they have 338,000 subscribers. But here's the thing. We saw this you said about being owned by, the people who own Universal. Universal is they own Universal, owns that. The people that from Universal own the DreamWorks, and they also own She-Ra, which was part of DreamWorks. And who was the biggest, shill for She-Ra? SyFy Fangrrls. They actually got to host the panel. Yep. So there are other blogs that have ties, to NBC that were putting up, nothing but shill articles. I know, like comic book resources and stuff. I'm not sure exactly where they're tied in, but they were ridiculously shilling for She-Ra.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had would have articles like within the course of a week they had like 20 articles plus for She-Ra. It was ridiculous. But SyFy Fangrrls were the ones who got to be the hosts for these panels they had.
Yeah, so I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But they were leading the charge like every other damn day. They had look at this. November 4th, November 5th, November 7th, Fangrrls articles on She-Ra.
They're biased because they were owned by the same company.
Yep. But yeah, this is their message when they're wrapping it up. Today, we're sad to say we're ending publications from SyFy Fangrrls. We're so proud of all the work we've been able to do for the past 4 years. That's a curious number, isn't it? We're going to talk about that too. We're incredibly honored to have been a space for people who otherwise don't get the space or recognition to have their voices heard.
Bullshit. Sorry. I'm sorry. I have to take a cough drop.
I don't think they had their voices heard very loudly.
Well, what pisses me off as a woman is this idea they were the space. Their space, their opinions were where people can have their voices heard. Meanwhile, there are a lot of women out there in the fandom, be it on YouTube, be it bloggers, be it even pop culture media writers that, have been giving women a voice and have been, well, first of all, we shouldn't have to give anybody your voice. Your voice is your own damn voice. You have your own voice. You don't need me to give you a voice, but we might put articles or things of interest out that you might enjoy. There's a difference. These people are like giving people a space they otherwise not get the recognition. It's like bullshit. You mean like Noel Stevenson, your total shill and suck ass for She-Ra? You mean like those kind of voices? I mean, basically, if you don't have the right kind of opinion, they didn't listen to you anyway. And what about people who are non-binary? What about those people? I mean, I wasn't kidding when I said that. It's like they have fanboys. Well, as I'm saying, they have that character. They have fanboys and they have geek girls, and they're talking about geeking like a girl. But then isn't that also kind of like shit? I mean, why can't people just geek how they geek? Why does it matter what gender you are? Why can't you just be a geek because you're geek, and it doesn't matter if you have, what you have?
Which bits you have?
Yes.
Which bits do you have?
It doesn't matter.
Geeky bits.
That's right.
I don't want to give people ideas. Okay, so we're heartbroken, but thankful we had the opportunity to share the best of what geek culture can be with all of you.
Yeah, okay. They're the best what geek culture can be.
They're the best.
We're so happy we got to show our best of what geek culture can be.
So 4 years, that's a curious number because that is how long Trump was in office. And I'm going to tell you.
Really? I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, well, no, because this is when everything started to change. It was about 2014, 2015.
I was thinking that's when venture capital was big.
Yeah.
The number to me was more about venture capital, but...
Yeah, so what's going to happen to sites like the Mary Sue? If you look at the Mary Sue and the most popular articles they have on the Mary Sue, it's usually something Trump, something Republicans, something. And there is speculation that a lot of these websites, what's actually going to do them in is getting what they wanted.
Right. Well, that's actually from analysts who study this stuff. They're actually saying that these websites are already hanging by a thread, and what might be the kiss of death for them is the fact that they can't yell about Trump all the time.
Yeah. So what were you going to do? But, Universal's, kind of on hard times now too because of the pandemic. But we're going to see a lot of these sites. They were hurting before the pandemic. Nerdist was hurting before the pandemic. MTV had their own site too. It was MTV Geek.
Oh yeah,
remember that?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody forgot about it. AOL had one too. They had Comics Alliance, and they shut that down.
Well, either they all got merged or bought up or closed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically what happened, with all this.
Yeah, and a lot of mainstream news outlets cover pop culture now too. So. And real fans, frankly, aren't listening to these websites. That's what we talked about in this other video. Like, they're not listening. They're not watching the broadcasts with the Kevin Smiths and the whatever and the celebrity of the week, and they're not.
We saw this with these online virtual conventions. Well, first of all, I think to be fair, virtual conventions aren't going to work that well anyway because the convention experience is something that it's a personal, you have to be there kind of experience. And I think a lot of people aren't going to go to the virtual ones because that's not what the con is to them. That's just the panels. They want the interaction. They want the pictures of themselves. They want all that, and that doesn't happen on these virtual conventions. So I think that you're losing because of that. But people aren't listening to this stuff anymore because they're just tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, they are, and it's all Hollywood trying to tell fans. They're not telling fans that they're awful people. They're trying to tell them what they need to buy. It did introduce, and I think you can trace a lot of it back to Geek and Sundry and Nerdist, kind of the fake Hollywood geek chic, where you had all these non-fans coming into nerddom because it was popular and bankable now.
I think it made a lot of people mad because it's like, I mean, to me it was like, I honestly didn't really care. I mean, if there's people coming in that legitimately like something, that didn't bother me. I was like, hey, more the merrier. It was this whole influx of people who are only liking it because it's the cool thing to do. And I know a lot of people were upset because they got mocked, called names, picked on, whatever, for liking these things. And then these people come in. That wasn't the problem. The problem came after they got there, that they wanted to change it. It's like, I love it so much, I want to be part of it. But it all needs changed. And that's what people got mad about because people came in, I'm a geek too, I love it too. But they didn't really, they just came in because they wanted to change it. Those people are the ones I had an issue with because you really didn't care about it. You just wanted to appropriate it. But I also had a lot of people saying, well, girls didn't get harassed for being geeks like boys did or vice versa. And I got to tell you, I can tell you flat out it's not true. Guys get harassed and get gatekept and get quizzed. Girls get harassed, get gatekept and get quizzed and called fake fans all the time. They both do.
Yeah.
But this fake fan thing and these quizzes and all that, it's a load of shit. I think it should be anybody who wants to be a fan legitimately should be allowed to be a fan. But I do have a problem with these people coming in saying that I'm a fan, I love it so much, let me change everything. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's basically I want the platform. I want the fandom, but I want it on my own terms.
Exactly.
And that's not how it works. And we're seeing this on all levels of fandom. It usually starts with the media, and then these people wind up working in the industry. This is what happened with comics, because a lot of people working in comics now that are getting blamed for basically running comics into the ground started out, working as journalists or whatever for publications like this. Not this one necessarily, but it's the same kind of mentality that has led to geek culture sort of being overtaken by people who really didn't give a shit. They just want the platform.
It's about agenda now. It's just a platform they can get hold of to control.
Yeah, so
my God.
SyFy, look, guys, Universal.
What the hell is that?
You guys are doing it wrong. I don't know who the hell you're listening to, but we had, SyFy shutting down Geek Girls. This is again on SyFy, their adult animation, the Magical Girl Friendship Squad, and all the other shit that they're putting on. It's not getting views.
I can't even. I'm sorry.
Not getting views on YouTube, and it's just they don't get it. They just don't get it.
Is that what they look like when they're transformed? Is that what that's supposed to be?
These are, I think, they're rivals. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't watch the show. I saw some clips. I'm like, this is trash. I'm not watching it. Clearly not for me. Clearly not for anyone, because nobody's watching it on YouTube.
I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here shaking my head like, what is this? What is this?
So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It was a very sudden thing. It doesn't surprise me at all.
Am I upset about it? No.
Hell no.
No, because I saw them, shill and be like.
Sandwich Head says, I've never heard of it. How about while you're at it, canceling SyFy and reverting it back to SyFy? Be nice.
Yes. I never understood that, why they changed that. I was like, that's stupid.
So we've got SyFy putting out garbage animation, adult animation like this. They're canceling Fangirls. They're picking up, was it Mags Visaggio had a series on SyFy. It lasted like 6 episodes. Clearly, whoever's in charge of SyFy shouldn't be.
Obviously.
That is my takeaway from this. Whoever is running SyFy is running it into the ground.
I still love, I just can't get over it. I can't get over it. I love how, we shouldn't, go out and you shouldn't be saying, boys club, girls club, whatever, everything else, because it's not fair to people. And then they're out there. That was their name. It wasn't Fan Persons.
Oh, this was them.
Oh, this was them too. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah, goodbye. This is, SyFy Fangirls that put the article up. I thought it was just a SyFy blog. The troubling relationship between anime and fascism, which has been mocked fiercely.
By everyone.
Goodbye.
Yeah, no, I'm not sorry at all.
Goodbye.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Learn to code.
Apparently. But yeah, I'm not going to say learn to make sandwiches. Learn to code.
Learn to code digital sandwiches.
No sandwiches involved.
Chinese app.
Nobody's getting in the kitchen and making a pie either.
All right. I told you that once.
You did. That didn't go over well for you. It was a kid. You were kidding, of course.
It's like, get in the kitchen.
You told me that more than once. It never
but your pie is really good.
But it never goes well for you.
It's a compliment. Get in the kitchen, my wonderful wife, and make me one of your delicious pies.
Please, or if you feel like it. No. It doesn't.
If you're not too tired.
Actually, he doesn't tell me what to do because he knows.
I know better. I've tried.
If you tell me what to do, I'll do the opposite. So that's my parents. Anyway.
I've tried to tell her what to do.
He doesn't do that now.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. And we'll still be here. They won't.
That's right.
Goodbye.
Bye.